A very, very warm welcome here from the Thailand Digital Valley, DEPA's office. A very warm welcome also for the online viewers. I'm waving into the camera behind me. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. We know we have a lot of online viewers. We also have opened up Facebook, so wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, perhaps even good evening. Today is the official opening day of the EEC Business Forum. And this kind of forum, we start thinking about already, let's say, 6 months. We start thinking about the concept. We start thinking about what is this purpose of an EEC Business Forum. Now, we started this concept last year. And before I explain a little bit what you can expect from this afternoon and the upcoming 2 days, let me first introduce myself. My name is Hans van den Born. I'm the Executive Director for the Netherlands Thai Chamber of Commerce. We are the host of organizing the event, but we do this on behalf of the Joint Foreign Chambers. In Thailand, we have a group, Joint Foreign Chambers, of 36 other bilateral chambers. And we have been asked and tasked, basically, to organize this second edition of the EEC Business Forum. The title, Reconnecting the International Business Community with the EEC Area, has been chosen carefully. Reconnecting, because it has been a while before we can enjoy physical meetings. And we all know that doing business is important to also look each other in the eyes before you sign any contracts, before you make that investment decision. And I think I personally miss traveling. I'm sure you also look forward to engage and reconnect again. Reconnecting also means connectivity. And when you think about the EEC, the Eastern Economic Corridor, there's a lot of connectivity challenges, issues, opportunities. And of course, we'll focus on the opportunities because that's why we're here. Today will be the digital part of connectivity. Why are we here? Why is the Thailand Digital Valley chosen? And why are we at DEPA's office? Actually, you're one of the first guests who can enjoy this office because they recently opened. So it's a privilege to be here. And maybe a round of applause to DEPA, our host already, for welcoming us here in this hybrid event. So, kap kun kap. 2 days, connectivity. This afternoon, digitization, Thailand Digital Valley. Later this afternoon, we will also zoom in to the connectivity when you're thinking about harbors and about expansion of harbors. Now, there's one important Laem Chabang harbor, which is actually not so far away from here. Hanati, I believe, right? About 5 minutes. And the viewers can't see this, but if the audience will look behind them, they will see the highway number 7. And they will see it's a chain of containers and all kinds of cargo going to the harbor, but also the other way around. So maybe you can say that's Thailand export and that's Thailand import, right? It sounds very simplistic, but I think there's a bit of truth in there. Well, I think it's always very impressive to be driving around and to see, let's say, the magnitude of what this Thai economy, especially when it comes to logistics, what it all entails. So we'll zoom into that after the break. That will be done by the Laem Chabang Port Authority, and we'll also have a representation of Gulf Energy, who are very much engaged in a joint venture of expanding the harbor, because that is very important as well. But before we will do that, I would first like to say another few words. This is organized, like I said, by the NTCC, but we do this on behalf of the Joint Foreign Chamber. So again, credits also goes to the co-organizers. We have representations from other chambers here, so thank you for joining that as well. And we cannot do this without the generous support, guidance from organizations like TCEP, the Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau, a very important organization which basically wants to stimulate MICE events at MICE cities so that we all come together and enjoy this kind of physical, informative meetings. Today is the start. Tomorrow we have a full day at the Renaissance Pattaya. I will share a little bit later on the program for tomorrow. And also stay tuned for Saturday. We will be visiting a local community, not far from here actually, to also engage, let's say, with the people from this area. Because let us not forget, you will hear and see a lot on infrastructure, hardware, etc. But ultimately, it's all about the people, right? When you build smart cities, it's not the concrete or the technical solutions you offer, it's to make life easier, faster, cheaper, more enjoyable, comfortable, right? So it's always the people-centric, which I think is the most important thing. Now, I realize I'm already talking too much. That's a bit of my nature. I'm not the one you should be listening to. You should be listening to Dr. Preesan, who is standing on the left. But before we will give him the floor, we have another sponsor to thank. Signify. It's very nice that you join us, Kunjaganathan. Very nice to be here with your team and also to be part of this event the coming 2 days. Without also your support, we could not make this happen. So thank you for that. And we have 2 videos. Actually, we'll start with a video of TSAP, and then we'll have a video of Signify before we will start with the presentation. So ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome again, also to the online viewers. Any questions, you can raise them through the chat. And of course, the questions in the audience, you just raise your hands. So thank you again for joining. We'll start with the videos, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Thank you.
These days, a diverse range of business problems that involve production, innovation, and services can be solved through MICE Business. Meetings, incentive trips, conventions, exhibitions, mega events and world festivals. At present, over 8,000 international meetings and exhibitions take place annually in Thailand. The number of domestic and international MICE travelers attending events in Thailand averages 30 million per year, generating over 5 billion baht in revenue and accounting for 3.27% of the country's GDP. Up to 320,000 people are employed. MICE events provide a stage for business exchanges and inspire entrepreneurs to exchange ideas and develop business. Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau Public Organization, or TSEB, is a government agency under the supervision of the Prime Minister. We are a strategic partner to help drive MICE business and mega events and world festivals in Thailand. TSEB provides MICE information to the private and government sectors, as well as students and the general public. It also provides facilities for those who would like to exhibit goods and hold meetings. By cooperating with all partners in order to drive MICE events to be a stage where business opportunities and business investment can be discussed. With this in mind, TSEB sets its principal goals as follows: developing the economy by bringing international events to Thailand, as well as creating jobs and events in every province. Organizing marketing activities and creating a positive image of Thailand for all nations to recognize that Thailand is the prime destination of choice for international MICE events. Developing all aspects of organizing business events, facilitating product imports, visa applications, as well as offering a special MICE lane at immigration checkpoints for MICE participants and preparing MICE manuals. Distributing income to all sectors by providing knowledge, giving advice to create more jobs, and harnessing the strength and uniqueness of local communities. Developing venue standards with hygiene guidelines, as well as enhancing the skills of entrepreneurs and staff in order to organize events smoothly. Using innovation and information to support events efficiently and organize them more conveniently. Following these guidelines, Thailand can be a renowned center for organizing business events that use innovation to drive the nation's economy on par with worldwide trends. TSEB develops and supports all types of business to build trade and investment opportunities, as well as expand Thai products and services, to become well known internationally and distribute prosperity to every province. Thailand Convention and Exhibition Bureau drives MICE to ensure Thailand's economy grows sustainably.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both TSEP and Signify. Thank you very much. And now it's time for our first speaker, Dr. Preesan. He's Vice President of DEPA. DEPA stands for the Digital Economy Promotion Agency. Actually, he is the co-host for this event today because we are here in this Digital Valley, the office of DEPA. So, Dr. Preesan, I will hand you the microphone and then the floor is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, Dr. Preesan.
Well, welcome to the Thailand Digital Valley and then DEPA, Digital Economy Promotion Agency. Okay, so we are under the Ministry of Digital Economy and Societies under the, the Thai government. And then we just inaugurate about 4 years ago in order to promote the use of the digital because the digital is come to a new era, and then if we have not changed, we might be lag behind. So therefore, the government think that how to promote digital to the Thai communities is very important to Thais. So can we up to the PowerPoint slides? So we would like to shape up our digital economy in Thailand, and then we would like to explore collaborate with the foreign partner in order to invest in this region, which is called EEC Digital. So next, please. So if you don't know about DEPA, we have our own mission that to promote digital to the Thai societies. Not only the investment, but how we can build up the manpower, because we are aging society now, and then people have to have like a catalyst in order to change to the digital world. So we have a manpower class that how people can go with the cyber securities, blockchains, cryptocurrencies, digital content, and gaming. New thing is like influencer. New job business are opening, but Thai society doesn't know what we doing. It's not like very deep tech, but like a digital content, how to create and how to sell your products to the online world. So we are opening up the branch all scattered around the country, like in the northwest, like expat in Thailand are going to the north, so we can support on the north, like Chiang Mai. Phitsanulok in northeastern is like in Khon Kaen and Ubon Ratchathani. And Chonburi is here. We have our branch office in these buildings as well, and then we have Thailand Digital Wallet to support you. And in down south, where's the programmer and then the expat are also located in the Phuket. And then in the very deep south in Songkhla also we have our branch office. Next, please. So our aim is to have a full strategy that how to build up the mankind, how to build up the manpower, because we are aging. So we have like to build up the online course, like how to do programming, how to do digital content, graphic, AR, VR, and everything's online, and then on the class as well, on site as well. So this one is also one thing. We have a scholarship. It's not the same scholarship for the Ministry of Education, but we try to ask the company to co-invest with these students. You have put the project on, and then we put some of the money to help them with the education. So they have some projects on hands, and then do research on 1 year with our cover. And then after that, you guarantee them to hire them to continue the project as well. Secondly, we try to transform our industry. Yes, you see in this region, they have like many, car companies, manufacturing companies, which is like small and medium enterprise, but doesn't adapt to the digital world. So how can they improve their processing using the digital, like IoT, like CRM, ERP or something like that. So most of the company doesn't know about this one, or they have know, but they are reluctant to do investment. So we have some budget to help them to co-invest with them, improve their productivity, improve their knowledge, and then hope that they can improve their productivity to gain more income and then help the people inside the company. Also, the startups, new graduate, how they can build their own entrepreneurships. So we have a program. Of course, startup, new graduate are very naive on the business. So we have some program that can teach how to do business. We have some budget in order to, how to say, open up the company and then promote them to the growth stage and then to the outside world. And of course, the community in the outside of Bangkok, where they have communities, which is like a rural area, how can they access to the digital into make a better living? For example, some maybe have an ecotourism, but the people cannot speak English. So we can use the QR code, and then people can scan and then make a website, and then they can make a video and translate, and then sell the product without knowing or without hiring the translator or the tour guide. This is something that can help. Or very easy in Rayong province, they have like co-living with the jungle, and then, in the, Khao Kiao, right? Khao Kiao or something like this. They have elephant intrusions. So they build up the mobile apps in order to make an early warning if people see where the elephant come. So they can use the mobile to raise awareness of the communities. Or we even help the communities with the drones. Because of in Trang province, they have like a payun, I don't know, in some kind of animals in the reserve areas. That very rare case, and they would like to monitor this one. So we help them to using a drone to monitor the rare animal, something like that. And then the last, we would like to build up the ecosystems, like here in Thailand Digital Valley. How can we have like a new graduate from the Kasetsart Science University, very close by in this area, and then come and work in these regions, or industrial part in this sector come and then working together. And then we would like to invite the investor to come and invest, and then matching with the Thai company, new blood or new startups company that will be built or located in this area as well. So with this very lively, so we hope that there are more interest to come and work in this area because very energetic, and then government initiate. Next, please. So for example, startup, we have like build up the team, the startup institute, and then we have several kind of courses that can help startups to build up the company. And then we have some budget like pre-seeds and seed fund to make like the company growth up, and then know more or find some customers more or develop more on their technology like blockchain and digital marketing. So this is what we try to do. And next, please. So we have several kinds of the companies that are already been invest, and then we try to help them with raising fund with some of the VC from inside and then outside of the country as well. Next, please. Then how to make startup how to access to their customer. So we have customers like some factory, farmers, or any education things. So we have some kind of the fund to transform the farmers, transform the factories in order to be able to access to the digital. Because there, of course, the digital maybe is not free, but you have to pay some things. but people are reluctant to do it. So we have some budget in order for them to make easier decision with our help. We not pay all, but we pay some to make them easier to implement in their factory. So with this one, we transform the factories, the communities, and then the farmers to use the digital. If the digital can reduce their cost, make people live easy, so next they will have to pay by themselves because they learn how to use it. They learn how to make benefit of it, and then they are willing to pay. It's expensive, but it's worth enough to pay. But first step is very hard to make decision. That's why we build up this fund in order to help them to transform. Next, please. And of course, we as a human, we have to educate the people. And in Thailand, the people are very, can hardly access to the digital. So, or doesn't have very limited knowledge. So we can use like our fund as well to build up or make the course online or offline in order to them to know more. Even though the baby boomer, they're already retirement, but they still have energy. They would like to work, but their world different from our world. So we have some course that they can use lines to sell their stuff, or use like a Canva to do some digital promotion and then make use of it to make, their products. So people can still continue their working even though they are retirement after 60s. Or you are graduate from something is not engineer. But you would like to do something in the engineer course, you would like to change. Some people are learned from the medical, but doesn't want to continue the medical, or would like to have something like medical with the technologies. So with this fund, we can have something that can students or the youngster to explore more. Next, please. So coming to the Thailand Digital Valley under the EECD. This is our prime locations that the government would like to locate and would like to promote the investor to come and invest in this area as well. Next, please. So the location is under the EEC, Eastern Economic Corridor. They are composed of 3 provinces, Chachoeng Sao Province, Chonburi Province, and Rayong Province. Actually, I'm from the agriculture. So Chachoeng Sao, we put a lot of budget or project in the Chachoeng Sao. We have IoT in order to make a smart farms in Chachoeng Sao because it's like the rice grow area. They have mangoes. In Rayong as well, very close to Chanthaburi, they have very nice durian. I think some people like, but some people not like. But Chinese people are also interested in the Chonburi and Rayong province. So with this very interesting, we use the mobile apps in order to make like durian to get gaps, good agriculture practice using the mobile apps to do it. We also invest in this region as well, try to promote the startups using the mobile apps. So this is the location that we are located here, EECD, Thailand Digital Valley, and is along in the middle of the tourist attraction in Pattaya. And if you go to further in Rayong, so it's in the middle, and then we have very easy to access. Next, please. So we have like something like the airport that within 90 meters from Suvarnabhumi airport, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then in the Uttapaut. And if you see that we also have the access like a double track railway, only 4.5 kilometers from here. And then we have high-speed railway locations, which is about 6 kilometers from the CP has already co-invest on the high-speed train. And then we have a Laem Chabang Port. The port authority also have come and present. And then if they have like a relaxing time to see sea and sand, so we have like Bang San and Pattaya cities that are located within the vicinities. So it's very easy to access, and then you see the communities. Next, please. So the communities here is very good ecosystems. So we are located here, Thailand Digital Valley, but surrounding with the communities. So if you locate here, you have some problems, or you would like to recruit some students. We don't mention that this is the Kasset Sat University in the Sidecha. So very close by. So you have some difficulties in the finding the youngster. So you can go there. Or you have something to consult. They have a test lab over there also, engineering labs, science, and then business. Not only that, we have GISDA. I used to work with GISDA, so I know what is inside. So GISDA also have space technology lab. I think Airbus also know, and you've been there already. They put a lot of investment in the lab, space lab, clean rooms, robots, and some of the composite materials. So they have some kind of the research groups that been built for a long time since TOS 1 and then 2, I think Airbus also. So Boeing, huh? Ongoing. Sorry, ongoing. Sorry, maybe I make a joke on it. I'm really sorry. But we also have the hospital located nearby, and then I think some Midway Silacha also. So this is a very nice environment and very good business opportunity to be located. And then it's outside of Bangkok, and then easy to communicate to the Suvarnabhumi within 1 or 2 hours. So I think it's very good location. Relax down and then work and then go to the beach and something like that. So this area is about 30 lines, or about the 1.1 acre that been located, or we are working on this one. But outside of this, we are seeking the public-private partnership to be able to, estates to do co-investment, and then if you see opportunities in this area, we can open up and then willing to negotiate by. Next, please. So this is our main plan, our main frame, that what the government will and have to do it within 4 or 5 years. So we are located here, Thailand Digital One-Stop Service. So we have like under the BOI privilege, and then the sandbox, and then the smart visa privilege. So this is one-stop service, so where the people can come and then ask if they have some difficulties on the apply the visa or apply for a BOI. So we can help you with this building. And then this building also have the co-working space, and then the office for rent. Very cheap, not expensive one. So because we are first inaugurate, and then we are seek to the partners. So you see, this is like a one-stop service. Second is already almost built, almost finished within this December, is the digital startup knowledge exchange. This is try to build the communities. We have a malls, we have like AIS already invest in this one to make a 5G industry, because this is the industry sector. In the new world, maybe 5G, IoT, and smart device will be implemented in the factory. So this will be a use case, or it's like a AIS showroom to show their technology of the 5Gs. So I think they already commit on this one. And then some office for rent, and then the community malls. The prime area is the TDV3. This is the Digital Innovation Center, which is like for 40,000 square meters. 40,000 square meters is about the 7 or 8 football field. That very big, and then would like to have some invest from the foreign, like digital. And then we have like startups to match and design, and then AI center, AR, VR, deep tech. This will be located, and then will be start to construct at the end of this year. Start in December. Will be construct, and then later on maybe entertainment center where the people are visiting. They will have an event on this one, games, entertainment like drone racing, movies or something like that, creations that will be located in this one. And then Go Global is like the digital startups company would like to go global. We have something like office foreign over there as well. This one will build up the communities of the digital, and then if you see that not only in this area but surrounding that are already built up, and then you can see, and then you can link with our Thailand digital overlay. Next, please. So, yes. Yes.
So, is it also in your planning everything eco-friendly, have everything with renewable energy, because this is also a part of the digital valley to do something like this, because I didn't see anything in your planning like this.
Oh, of course, the construction is eco-friendly. We think about green. The design of the building is like, how to say, many plantations, and then co-living with the, how to say, solar rooftop, and then the energy saving buildings with the A49 as architecture. That's also included in this design, and then buildings. Yes. Yes. And then this one is like under. We would like to have like ecosystem to investor from the foreign, and then start up from the Thailand where I have the co-design. Because you know that Thai is very creative, how to say, idea. We have many ads, and then we have some kind of the, how to say, game designer, and then some kind of the digital content that been how to say, make to order to the world as well. But we don't know. This one will be linkage between the Thai locals and then the outsiders. And then we would like to have like easy to support. And then if you gather together, we can help and then do some activities together in these regions. Next, please. So this one is TDV1. TDV1 consists of 5 floors, and then if you have time, you can climb up and then going outside to see like what we've been building up. So this building will be like a one-stop service, and then we have a smart visa office, and then the BOI will help you to have a privilege on the renting space. So, but some are already acquired. Next, please. The second buildings will be finished on this December. So, this is a hub for networking, and then it's like communities where we have like a knowledge exchange, co-working space, and then the meeting and conference, and then gyms. Also have been also already fully occupied. Next, please. So I think AIS also already put in that sites because of they would like to have a 5G, how 5G, how to say, the sample case for industry in this area. Next, please. And then this third buildings, which is very hard of the Thailand Digital Valley, consume of the 40,000 square meters, will compose of the 5G application labs, IoT, AI labs, and then data centers. Also include an AR, VR labs. So maybe from Philips and then Airbus also, if you like to interested in. So we can also provide you with the space like this, very huge. The fourth building, next please. Fourth building is the entertainment. Maybe we have robot fightings, events is every weekends. So drone racing and then esports arena. So this is also people can access and use of this, how to say, kind of the sports and then event in this area. Next, please. And then the last building is the Global Center, which is a location of the office open for rent for the startups. And then they can have a research and then working here in this region. Next, please. So we expect that we will have like 20,000 people are hiring within this area in order to boost up the economic in a new S-curve for this region as well. Next, please. So this is the timeline that, okay, of course, this building where we locate already finished. The next building, if you go upstairs, you can see this is still under process, but will be at the end of this year already finished. And the third building, which is the largest one, is already committed, and then will be starting to construct at the end of this year. And then the whole project will be finished on 2024. So the rest of the buildings is under contract, and then something will be happening on. Next, please. So within these regions, you will get the benefit of the, how to say, corporate income tax exempts up to 13 years. And then lowest personal income tax up to 17%. And then we will ask this as a sandbox to do research and innovations. Smart Visa, one-stop service, and then depa promotion under the depa fund also will be implemented, and also help to you to be able to access to the how to say to the Thai communities. Of course, I've been asked some of the foreign investment, so we also, how to say, invest on or help foreign, how to say, customers to be able to access to the Thais. For example, Signify also, we have a course together and try to promote some of the agriculture technology to the Thai as well. So this is also our activities to help you to land down and then sit in this region. Of course, we have access to not only Thai but CRMV, and then you can be able to collaborate with Southeast Asia mainland. So I think that's all. Next, please. So this is like maybe 2001 maybe missing, but we have like help to. We are one of the decision maker of the Smart Visa, so we can help you on this one as well. But in 2001, maybe 100 has already finished applying. Yes, I'm missing. And then 2020, maybe 40. This is not to say up to date one, but yes, please.
Excuse me, I'm particularly struck by the first rule that says the applicants can work and live in Thailand for 4 years maximum. And then afterwards you have to go out. I mean, if you're planning your life on technology, you want to be here longer than 4 years.
Yes.
But after 4 years, you go to another regime of visa, and you have to go. Exactly. They don't kick you out.
You know, we
Yes, 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 yes.
So that is only related to the smart visa for the 4 years.
Okay, yes. But if you live in Thailand, but you have to renew every year because my professor are from US, and then I used to work in Jisda, and then they are located in the, how to say, Jaeng Watthana, na? And then I see many foreigners come and they extend their visa, and you have to come every year, right? But this one can be make it easier for 4 years or something like that. So I think that's all. And then if you have any questions, yes.
Well, thank you very much. And yes, there is a question coming in from the online viewers, whether we can share your lovely presentation with the international business community. Thank you very much. So that we will do. We'll make sure that everything will be posted on the JFCCT and NTCC websites. And for the online viewers, if there are more questions, please raise them now. We stay about 10 minutes in this Q&A session. And indeed, for the live public, you can ask your question.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Jean. I'm the CEO of Odaxia Global. The question is related to once the project is completed, if the type of industry we are into right now is related to technology, but not necessarily into digital. But somehow everything could be related to digital. The way you do business could be digital without yourself being a digital specialist. Could we still apply to the promotional package from the Thailand Digital Valley here in this location? Or do we need to fill up specific criteria to be eligible?
I think a very good question, because the rules are not specified in this presentation, and you might then end up in a BOI or whatever setting. But Dr. Preesan, maybe you have some answer.
So the privilege is under the BOI rules, and then if you apply for the criteria like this, you have to fill up the forms, and then something have to be like, of course, the rules and then the regulation is under the BOI. So they have some criteria that you can fit in, but mostly up to, how to say, 13 years that under the BOI. So if you fit to the BOI, you are eligible for this one, yes. And then the locations, of course, if you like to apply to BOI, you need to have an address in this one. So some of the, how to say, the CEO from abroad, like Malaysia, which are my friend, would like to have apply for it. So they ask the location of their location here in order to apply to the BOI, and then they can get the Smart A visa as well. So they get both benefit. There's most of the, how to say, digital company that would like to have a location in this site. And then the rental is not very expensive because we are partly is a government, but you have to pay some internet and then electricity, something like that. It's a norm for rent.
Thank you. Maybe to add, apart from DEPA, as far as I know, NIA is also one of the vouching agencies for the smart cities, smart visa. So perhaps in the innovation, it might also be an NIA-related question. And that's exactly the reason why we give this kind of presentations and ask Dr. Preesan to update. For me, there were still some new items, which perhaps for you also were new, what DEPA actually can help the foreign business community with. And I think we can't stress it enough. Okay, we see ambitions plan. Okay.
I forgot to tell you about the DEPA, also one of the secretary of the smart cities, the cities who would like to apply for the smart city certificate have to apply through the DEPA. And also we try to, how to say, improve the smart city using the technology, digital technology. This is one of the things that we ask Signify to have the course on the smart cities as well. So is within these, how to say, sections, that will help you to be able to access and use as the success case. For example, we implemented smart cities in the Bang San area as well. So city by city also apply and then meet the criteria, and then we have the cost for the smart city persons. This is one that we can help you to be able to access to the markets.
Thank you. And speaking from experience working with depa, not only with your team, but also in cities like Khon Kaen, where we organized last month the Khon Kaen Business Forum. And this is also to my colleagues. Brandon, I see you from the Australia Chamber and from Spanish Chamber, and we have more international chambers watching. Please do reach out, because depa can help you in certain sectors. Do reach out to depa. They can help you in certain areas, and it will only benefit also the members to make that connection. I think organizations like depa, as we see today and here again, are very welcome and very open arms to support and to help. But I also learn and I see they want to make that connection. I hear the word building communities a lot, right? The ecosystem. It's not we from a government know what is best. No, we want to collaborate, co-create, share experience. And yeah, basically we all have a small piece to play. It's a big puzzle. And if we all work together, international business community, local organizations, I think we have that triple helix coming to mind, right? Government agencies, private and public, but then also the universities. And the example you've given is a very good one. So opportunities are there. They don't come easy, but you saw 2 buildings already fully booked. So don't wait now. If you have opportunities, raise your hand. Brandon, thank you for doing that. So this is addressing the international business community. If you see opportunities, start the dialogue soon, because you might lose out on great opportunities working with the Thai government and working with the companies present here.
Thank you. My name is Brendan from I'm Hans's colleague from Auscham, Thailand. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate NTCC on organising today's presentation and the next 2 days. It is a great initiative to connect us all to the EEC again. There are a lot of great opportunities here at depa, and appreciate the presentation. My question is for connecting directly back to investment from our countries. So if any Australian companies in Australia are looking to invest in the depa initiative, what activities are depa running? Do we connect directly to our BOI office in Sydney, or can we connect directly to depa?
I think a good question. So who is actually the channel, or is a chamber perhaps lead a channel? What is the best way to reach out to depa? What do you suggest, Dr. Preesan?
Well, thank you very much. And then since you are from Australia, and then my CEO, my boss is graduate from Australia, and then very good alumni with the Swinburne. So in order to contact to a depa, you can directly to contact to ours. And then the person who responds for this Thailand Digital Wallet is the IoT Institute. I can also give you the connection of the contact point. And they are very good in very fluent in English, and then they can be able to help you to be able to access to this Thailand Digital Wallet as well. Yes, we do some promotion with the BOI, and then we go to. I saw my boss going to the Australia a lot, not only location in here, but foreign country that we are open up, and then we try to help you to be able to sit in this region as well. Yes.
Thank you. Any other final questions for Dr. Preesan? Yeah. Okay.
Out of the 12 acres, that's the maximum surface of the digital valley, right? 12 acres.
Yes.
And you said one building is the one we are now celebrating, almost completed by
Yes.
December this year. And another 2 buildings.
Can you scroll back a little bit? Back again. back again, back, back again, 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 again. Yes, yes.
Okay, actually the other slide.
Next, please.
No, the one before.
The one before. The one. Click, click, wait. No, no. ไปข้างหน้าokay.
So that's okay. The digital valley is just a little part.
This one, yes.
Yeah, of the whole development.
The whole development. This is the digital park, the whole park. But this open land is still asked for public-private partnership.
Are they going to? Do you know if some of those lands have been awarded for development already?
This is still not been awarded because this is like location of the GISTA. GISTA is space agency. This is the energy, and then this is the digital. But the rest of it is still open up to be how to say, to make the communities like estates.
There will be any connection in terms of business between the TTV and, for example, the Department of Energy business. If there is some, let's say, some business could be related.
They could be related, yes.
Digital and
Yep.
say
Energy, and grid and something, yes.
on innovation business and
Yes.
service, for example, TTP, which relates also to the energy. So is it possible that because it is part of the same area of development, all supports from DOI and depa can be also applicable for those activities?
Activity, especially in the Department of Energy, I still haven't heard anything, but this is like one of the submarine connect is located in here. So you have very fast internet here, and then you can be able to access to GISTA because GISTA is very close friends of ours, and then the lab is here, and then we also, of course, we did some of the digital infrastructure. In this one, how to say, called เกษตรศาสตร์ University ศรีราชา campus, we invest on digital academy, DAT, about $30 million in order to make like 5G courses and then relate with the Chinese Huawei 5G test base over there. So not only we invest in this area, but we try to build the communities. We invest in these buildings. We invest in Vistech in order to make how to say, artificial intelligence and then NLP, Natural Language Processing Center in Vistech as well. So these are of the big investment that we try to build the ecosystems and then communities. So we know that we cannot live alone in this world, but we would like to have a connect to the academic, and then we like to have a connect with the Amata. Amata also, we also do some of the investment as well. So big investment, we make 50-50 investment up to 50 million bahts that we can do collaborate investment in the big infrastructure.
Well, thank you very much. I noticed that we have some organizations already there. The Revenue Tax Department, there's a highway in between. Keep them a bit far away. Well, we don't really like paying too much taxes. But thank you again, Dr. Preesan, for a wonderful presentation and also the answers to the questions. Can I have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. This is the opening speech. We now have a short break for some coffee, tea, go to the toilet. We have some Dutch stroopwafels as well. We say goodbye for 30 minutes to the online viewers. We'll be back at 3 o'clock Bangkok time. So in half an hour, we'll be rejoining in this meeting room. We'll have 2 presentations, one from the harbor authorities and one from Gulf Energy. So please stay with us and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Thank you very much. Khop khun kap.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services.
Different activities call for different lighting intensity. It all depends on time of day and the task at hand. In the daytime, for example, you want light levels at 100% whenever activity is detected. But at night, as the security guard makes a tour of the premises, 10% is enough. You can now schedule lighting behavior to fit your operational needs and minimize energy usage. It's all possible with Interact Industry. Unplanned maintenance can cause production downtime and result in a heavy impact on business. And if you don't fix lighting faults quickly, you run the risk of an incident. Ensure lighting uptime and warehouse safety with predictive maintenance. You can track how many hours a fitting has been operating for and plan maintenance accordingly. Inefficient, time-consuming activities hinder employee productivity. Order picking, for example, counts for almost 60% of a warehouse's annual operating cost, of which over 50% is spent on traveling within the facility. There's a smarter way to do things. Interact Industry helps you uncover unique insights and make informed decisions that improve day-to-day operations.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services.
Different activities call for different lighting intensity. It all depends on time of day and the task at hand. In the daytime, for example, you want light levels at 100% whenever activity is detected. But at night, as the security guard makes a tour of the premises, 10% is enough. You can now schedule lighting behavior to fit your operational needs and minimize energy usage. It's all possible with Interact Industry. Unplanned maintenance can cause production downtime and result in a heavy impact on business. And if you don't fix lighting faults quickly, you run the risk of an incident. Ensure lighting uptime and warehouse safety with predictive maintenance. You can track how many hours a fitting has been operating for and plan maintenance accordingly. Inefficient, time-consuming activities hinder employee productivity. Order picking, for example, counts for almost 60% of a warehouse's annual operating cost, of which over 50% is spent on traveling within the facility. There's a smarter way to do things. Interact Industry helps you uncover unique insights and make informed decisions that improve day-to-day operations.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services.
Different activities call for different lighting intensity. It all depends on time of day and the task at hand. In the daytime, for example, you want light levels at 100% whenever activity is detected. But at night, as the security guard makes a tour of the premises, 10% is enough. You can now schedule lighting behavior to fit your operational needs and minimize energy usage. It's all possible with Interact Industry. Unplanned maintenance can cause production downtime and result in a heavy impact on business. And if you don't fix lighting faults quickly, you run the risk of an incident. Ensure lighting uptime and warehouse safety with predictive maintenance. You can track how many hours a fitting has been operating for and plan maintenance accordingly. Inefficient, time-consuming activities hinder employee productivity. Order picking, for example, counts for almost 60% of a warehouse's annual operating cost, of which over 50% is spent on traveling within the facility. There's a smarter way to do things. Interact Industry helps you uncover unique insights and make informed decisions that improve day-to-day operations.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services.
Different activities call for different lighting intensity. It all depends on time of day and the task at hand. In the daytime, for example, you want light levels at 100% whenever activity is detected. But at night, as the security guard makes a tour of the premises, 10% is enough. You can now schedule lighting behavior to fit your operational needs and minimize energy usage. It's all possible with Interact Industry. Unplanned maintenance can cause production downtime and result in a heavy impact on business. And if you don't fix lighting faults quickly, you run the risk of an incident. Ensure lighting uptime and warehouse safety with predictive maintenance. You can track how many hours a fitting has been operating for and plan maintenance accordingly. Inefficient, time-consuming activities hinder employee productivity. Order picking, for example, counts for almost 60% of a warehouse's annual operating cost, of which over 50% is spent on traveling within the facility. There's a smarter way to do things. Interact Industry helps you uncover unique insights and make informed decisions that improve day-to-day operations.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services.
Different activities call for different lighting intensity. It all depends on time of day and the task at hand. In the daytime, for example, you want light levels at 100% whenever activity is detected. But at night, as the security guard makes a tour of the premises, 10% is enough. You can now schedule lighting behavior to fit your operational needs and minimize energy usage. It's all possible with Interact Industry. Unplanned maintenance can cause production downtime and result in a heavy impact on business. And if you don't fix lighting faults quickly, you run the risk of an incident. Ensure lighting uptime and warehouse safety with predictive maintenance. You can track how many hours a fitting has been operating for and plan maintenance accordingly. Inefficient, time-consuming activities hinder employee productivity. Order picking, for example, counts for almost 60% of a warehouse's annual operating cost, of which over 50% is spent on traveling within the facility. There's a smarter way to do things. Interact Industry helps you uncover unique insights and make informed decisions that improve day-to-day operations.
Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services. Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time. Get smarter with automated lighting maintenance and updates. Improve your sustainability credentials and maximize energy savings. Improve your productivity, safety, and quality control with lighting that adapts to task and schedule. Optimize your facility's layout. Use space more efficiently and make workflows more effective. Enhance employee productivity with wayfinding and location-based services. Introducing Interact Industry. Efficiently manage all your lighting from anywhere at any time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hear some live discussions going on, which is great. It's good to see that you all mingle and you all meet up and you talk again like we have not done this for months, right? It's fantastic to see, and that we're happy that we can organize this live events again. It's almost 3 o'clock here in Bangkok. We say welcome to the online viewers again. I hope you also had your nice break wherever you are in the world. The audience here, I hope you enjoyed some of the coffee and the other snack items, including the Dutch stroopwafels. I would like to promote a typical Dutch snack as much as we can, of course. Before the break, we had an interesting session, I would say. We are here at the host of DEPA. DEPA, the digital economy promotion agency, correct. And DEPA is doing so much more than we might thought before we started this presentation. So again, the message to all the online viewers and audience here, when you see opportunities, when you think about collaborating, co-creating, please do reach out, use your Chamber of Colleague network, use BOI, use everybody in your network, because there are opportunities. And that is, I think, part of the message today. DEPA is the host. We are at the Digital Valley. We are the first visitors in this building, so that's already a unicum. So we're very pleased with that. And we are very close to the harbor of Laem Chabang, which is, as we all know, living here in Thailand, a very important harbor. We can see the highway here. We can see all the trucks coming in and out. And that goes on 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days. So this is really the heart of the economy. And we do this in the EEC Business Forum to really show the importance of what this region can be, but also what the ambitions are, because we learned from the previous presentation there's so much more. And if you stick around for also the next presentation and tomorrow's program, you will hear so many more insights, what is happening in certain areas, mostly in the infrastructure, digitization, airports, harbors, high-speed railway, a lot. So please stick around with us, either physical or online tomorrow, you're most welcome. But now we have another speaker, Tienchai, and he's the Director, Office of the Support Services Administration. A round of applause, please. And Tienchai works for the Laem Chabang Port, a very important, very busy port, and very ambitious port, I would say. I already had the opportunity to look at your slides, so you will share a lot of information. We'll have 30 minutes, and also after his presentation, the opportunity for any Q&As. So, Tienchai, if you have time to come here, then we can start your presentation. Thank you already in advance. And ladies and gentlemen online, if you have questions, please do raise them in the chat to Tienchai. Oh, we have first a video. Yes, and we have a lovely video. Sorry for that. So before our speaker will start, we'll have a video of the port, which is about 9 minutes video. So please sit back, relax, enjoy the video.
Laem Chabang Port is the largest deep-sea port in Thailand, providing international cargo handling services on an area of 8,600 rai. It is being developed as a standard port with both Phase 1 and Phase 2 ongoing construction projects. The public sector participates in the management by operating the port with modern technology. Container and cruise ships pass through the port not less than 12,000 times per year. Because of the high volume of container handling, Laem Chabang Port is ranked among the top 20 ports in the world and is capable of accommodating extra-large cargo ships like the Super Post Panamax. Laem Chabang Port has the capacity to handle cargo containers not less than 11 million TEUs per year. Also, the port handles 2 million automobiles per year, which makes Laem Chabang as one of the top 5 ports in the world. Laem Chabang Port has solved the traffic problem by enlarging the roads, providing facilities, and increasing the number of lanes at the gates from 12 lanes to 27 lanes. As a result, the traffic congestion at the port has been greatly reduced. In addition, Laem Chabang Port has cooperated with the Customs Department in upgrading its service by installing e-matching program at the gates. This program simplifies the document process and reduces the time the containers spend being checked at the gate, resulting in shorter lines of waiting vehicles. Laem Chabang Port has efficient transportation systems that connect it with production sites and all other regions of the country. All modes of transport, including road and railway, are conveniently accessible. As for railway transportation, Laem Chabang Port has established a single rail transfer operator in response to the government's policy of shifting the mode of transport from road to railway in order to reduce the overall cost of logistics in Thailand, and encourages entrepreneurs to use trains for transportation of goods more frequently. Quality infrastructure and facilities are provided, and rail-mounted gantry cranes are installed to handle containers from several trains simultaneously. There is also water transportation, which uses coastal ships to connect the port with the southern region of Thailand. Transportation via rivers, including the Chao Phraya, is also available. At present time, there is the Coastal Terminal A development project for the handling of cargo from coastal ships to respond to the policy of shifting mode of transportation to water and solving the traffic problem of vessels coming to the Laem Chabang Port. As for safety, Laem Chabang Port cooperates with the Customs Department in checking the containers according to the Mega Port Project, which includes the installation of radiation detector for inspecting all containers going in and out of the port. Also, there is a fixed X-ray system for detailed inspection of cargo in the containers transported by road and railway for heightened security measures. The end result of effective management of the Laem Chabang Port has resulted in a continuous growth rate of about 5% per year. At the moment, Laem Chabang Port has installed automation container handling technology by which the operation process can be controlled remotely from the control room rather than the crane. This is state-of-the-art technology to ensure safety. In terms of location, Thailand is the center that connects all economic groups from Asia, from the north to the south, or China to Indonesia, and from the east to the west, or from Vietnam to Myanmar. Furthermore, being in the midst of Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam makes Thailand the best location for investment because it can connect all ASEAN countries to the entire world. Therefore, the government is committed to promote and upgrade the eastern coastal area of Thailand to become the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, enabling Thailand toward becoming the economic center of Asia in this decade. The third phase of Laem Chabang Port Development Project is a part of the strategy to increase the potential of the port to become port of the future. It also conforms to the government policy in developing the infrastructure of land transportation and water transportation, so Thailand can become the Eastern Economic Corridor and will be able to meet the higher demand of inter-country sea freight in the future. The capacity of the port to handle containers will be increased from 11 million TEUs per year to 18 million TEUs per year. Consequently, Laem Chabang Port will have the number of cargo containers transported through them equal to that of the top 10 ports in the world. Today, Laem Chabang Port is focusing on providing environmental friendly services, or becoming a green port. It produces electricity from a wind farm located on an area of 100 rai to support its power system. The port also uses electrical machines to reduce the need for fossil fuel energy. As for community relations and local environment management, Laem Chabang Port arranges relationship-building activities with local communities and cooperates with them in conserving and developing the mangrove forests in the area around the port on World Environment Day every year. Laem Chabang Port today is not only a port of global standard, but it also has a complete full-cycle transportation system covering road, waterway, and railway. To support its strategic position, this will help Laem Chabang Port to be the world's leading port, ensuring seamless connection of logistics chain and global trade.
Okay, that was the video. Now it's time for you, Dr. Tienchai of the Harbor Authorities. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tienchai Makthiengtrong from Laem Chabang Port, Port Authority of Thailand. Okay. So for the presentation today, my contents will be divided into three parts. The first one, I will talk about the global economy 2021, and then overview of Port Authority of Thailand, and lastly, I will talk about Laem Chabang Port development projects. Next. Regarding the IMF, the global economy is projected to grow by 6% this year and about 4.9% next year. The prospect for emerging markets and developing economies seems to be down in this year, especially in Asia. Okay, and according to the World Bank, World Trade Organization, the trade estimates that world trade in merchandise or goods will grow by 8% this year, and after falling 5.3% last year. And also, the Thai economy is expected to grow by 1.8% this year and 3.5% next year. Okay, next. The vision of Laem Chabang Port, Port Authority of Thailand, to be a world-class port with excellent logistics services for sustainable growth in 2030. Port Authority of Thailand is a state enterprise under the supervision of Ministry of Transport, and we manage 5 ports in Thailand. And then I will focus on the Laem Chabang Port. Next. Location of Laem Chabang Port is about 120 kilometers from Bangkok. Next. We start operation 30 years ago, and we have Basin 1 and Basin 2. For Basin 1, we can accommodate the vessel 50,000 deadweight ton, and Basin 2, 80,000 deadweight ton. Next. This slide shows the terminals in phase 1 and phase 2. We have container terminals. We have low-on-low-off terminal for car export. And then we have multi-purpose and sugar terminal A4. Okay. For the statistic, last year, minus 5.2%, the number of the throughput. And for this year, increased by approximately 10.18%. You can see that the proportions of export and import seems to be the same, almost the same. And of course, we import the empty container, about 20%. Okay. Next. This is the ranking of Laem Chabang ports in the world. We are top 20. Last year, we have 7.8 million TEUs. Okay. And also, we have 3 terminals for the car exports. A1 terminal, A5 terminal, and C0 terminal, with the total capacity of 2 million units of car per year. Next. This slide shows the automobile manufacturers located not so far from the port. Next. And this slide, you can see that we export cars to various countries in the world. About the numbers of the car via Laem Chabang Port, almost 1 million units of car this year. Of course, last year the number is decreased due to the COVID-19. But this year we recover, and we expect that it will increase almost 25%. Next. Laem Chabang Port phase 3. You can see that we have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. In phase 1, the water draft is minus 14 meters from mean sea level. In phase 2, after we develop phase 1 10 years, we start the operations of phase 2. The water draft is minus 16 meters from mean sea level. Because we know that the size of the vessel become bigger and bigger. And in phase 3, you can see that the minor draft, the draft of the water, 18.5 meters from mean sea level. And the key of the terminal is longer. The water draft is deeper, and we can accommodate the vessel that the biggest in the world. Okay. Next. Then we will introduce the automation system in phase 3. This slide shows the facility in phase 3 project. Next. In Laem Chabang Port phase 3, we have 4 parts. First one is marine works. We have dredging and reclamation, rewetment, breakwater, and also the navigation aid and water gate. Next. Part 2 will be onshore works. We have buildings, facilities, road, and utilities. In phase 3, then we have railways, double track from Terminal F to SRCO project. Okay? And then we have a 5-track railway terminal in F terminal. Next. Part 4, provisions of container handling facilities and design and installation of IT system to get to gantry crane, and 6 rubber tie gantry crane. And we have 2 RMG This is the equipment. Next. Now we start the contact 1. And we hope that in the next 2 years, we will start the pass 2, contact 2. Next. And we will have contact 3 for the contraction of the railways. Contraction of the railways. We spent almost two years. And lastly, the contact 4, provisions of the equipment, about 2 years. Next. In terms of the operation, the first terminal F, we will start the operation in 2025, and we welcome private sector to participate in the project under long-term contract. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This summarizes the ambition plans of this harbor authority, and I think I can safely say Rotterdam Harbor, which was considered to be one of the biggest, I think they have to be very mindful about you, my friend, because you are ambitious. You are showing the future of what this harbor has in mind, right? And not only for containers and for cars and for all other goods. I didn't know you even have an area for sugar, right? It's very important for Thailand because Thailand, as we all know, is one of the major producers in sugar, right? And I also never realized there is, let's say, connectivity between the port in Bangkok and this harbor. So it all makes sense. I also learned the digitization of the port. So again, where depa and the digital world will connect, right? I think we can safely say that this area has a very golden future. And yes, COVID, last year, we saw things going down. But hey, that's just a dent in the long-term trend. The ambitions are there, the planning is there, and very pleased to see how the harbor authorities are part of a growing EEC economy. So thank you again for sharing that. There might be some questions in this audience or online. Online, we have not yet received, so we give them a few more minutes. Is there a question here in the audience who would like to ask something? I will walk to you because it's better for the online viewers to also hear. Yeah, is there a question? I see that you are, yeah, very good. That's okay. Take your time.
Sawadee khap. In what perspective the Laem Chabang Port extension phase 3 would be affected by the plan that was displayed a while ago to connect I think it's Nakhon Ratchasima Port to the Andaman Sea to actually squeeze out Singapore. So how do you think it may affect this strategy of phase 3? Because in my opinion, it's quite, it's a major infrastructure project for Thailand and this canal, right, going through one part or another. So how do you think this may affect your project, your phase 3 of Laem Chabang Port?
Thank you for that question. Phase 3, we will hear more about that when our gentleman from Gulf will discuss this, but perhaps you can reply to the question.
Yes, for the developments of the phase 3, we would like to increase the handling capacity in order to serve the economic growth of Thailand and also neighboring countries. And in terms of the expansions of the port, of course, we serve the matter vessels and also shipping lines around the world. And you asked about the Andaman side. Yes, we, Port Authority of Thailand, we also operate Lanong Port in order to connect the BIMSTEC countries. That's why we have the waterway transport linking from Laem Chabang Port to the southern part of Thailand. And we can export or import commodities via Lanong Port. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that question. Is there perhaps another question in this audience? No questions online? Then can I please have a round of applause for Kun Tienchai for giving us an update. Thank you very much. Well, it was already mentioned in your presentation, the phase 3 Terminal F, and maybe I'm making things more complicated, but I'm sure the next speaker will clarify what is the difference or what is the similarity. And you caught my attention, Pattarapon, actually a few months ago when in a webinar, I think it was organized by the Dutch Embassy, and it was also about the waterways and the connectivities and harbor development. Now that's of course for the NTCC a topic we like to be focusing on. And what I've learned there is that Gulf, which you represent, is about to join a joint venture. You have some plans. I will not disclose too much details because otherwise I'll give away all the presentation slides. But Pattarapon, the Vice President, will be giving his update on what Gulf has as ambitious plans as well to co-develop the expansion plans for the harbor here in Laem Chabang. So Pattarapon, may I ask you to come here and give your presentation to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as well.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Pattarapon. I'm the representative of Gulf Energy Development and also the representative of the consortium here. And today I have the chance to give you an update of the projects that we make an investment in EEC, especially to the Laem Chabang Port Phase 3. Okay, so let's start with the small introductions of the GPC consortium, and then I'd like to share with you the objective of the investment in the Laem Chabang Port Phase 3, and also the overview of the current port business in Thailand, followed by the future plan of the port development that we managed to build in another few years' time. And we will talk about the intermodal transport, how it's connected to Laem Chabang Port in Thailand. And lastly, we will share our perspective toward the future development and future perspective of the economy in EEC and in Thailand. Okay. Right. So GPC Consortium is established by 3 companies, which is Gulf Energy Development, PTT Tank, and China Harbor. And it is in fact that none of us has the direct experience in the port operation before. But we are strongly believe that the volume of the container ships to be import and export in Thailand to be highly increased in the next few years' time. So we are committed to make an investment in this sector. And in addition to the infrastructure projects of the Laem Chabang Port, there are also 3 or 4 projects here that belong to EEC. Particular to Gulf Energy Development and PTT Tank, we are also make an investment in Makthiengtrong Industrial Port as well. But in this section, I will be more focusing on the Laem Chabang Port. And then in terms of the location, it is on the right-hand side of the Laem Chabang Port Phase 2 in the yellow area. And the project that we make an investment with the government is the PPP net cost with a period of 35 years. And the scope of the project is to design, build, operate, and maintenance for the F terminal, which is half of this phase. And this F terminal will deliver 4 million TEU for its capacity per year. And the berth length is about 2 kilometers, with the depth of the width of the land 500 meters. And the draft of the quay is about 18.5 meters. So we are able to facilitate the operation of the biggest vessel in the world. And this is how it looks for the design. So the current capacity of Laem Chabang Port is 11.1. With the increasing of the phase 3, it will pick up the capacity from 11.1 to be 18.1 million TEU per year. For the F terminal and E terminal, which is the phase 3, will deliver another 7 million. So this is the layout On the F is on the right-hand side, it will deliver another 4 million. And E on the left-hand side, it will be deliver another 3 million to the overall capacity. And this is what we forecast for the volume. The actual volume in the last year is about 7.5 million to the Laem Chabang Port, or represent about 70% of the port utilization compared to its overall volume. And then we foreseen that the volume after this year will be highly picked up because of after the COVID pandemics. And then we foreseen that the capacity may have the high possibility that it will reach the capacity in the year 2025, which is the first year that we will up and run, operate the F1. And on the F1, on the first day that we operate F1, we will bring in another 2 million capacity to the port. And if the volume still pick up continuously, we will be able to deliver F2 in another 2 or 3 years' time. It depends on the volume. And for the E, will be later on after F2 has been up and run. And when we look at the geography of the Thailand, we are in the center of the CLMV countries. So we are also positioned ourselves to be the regional hub or the gateway to the cargo that will go through the country like a CLMV or even to South China. And if we consider the railway from South China to Laem Chabang, the transit time will take lesser than if they would like to go by the sea, because they have to carry the cargo from South China to the east of China and then take the sea from there to Southeast Asia. It would take some more time. So it is the alternative way of the transport and shorter. And also, if you look at the country like Laos, it is a landlocked. There is no way out to sea. So Laem Chabang Port will be able to be the gateway to carry the products from the foreign country to Laos country. And also for the development plans that we managed to do with the Laem Chabang Port F terminal, we will bring in the most advanced technology, which is the port automation in terms of the equipment, the IT, to develop the port. And also is the plan that we will also make the remote control in the controlling room to control the crane for more efficiency, reliability, and safety. When we look at the surrounding of the ports, you see that there will be the coastal terminal at the back of the port, F terminal, and also the rail line that link at the back of the terminal as well. And the road that construct here, it is easily access to the main road. So the all connection is here. And we have the longest berth and deepest berth. And also the U-turn area is also the biggest as well. So we are ready to service for the biggest vessel in the world. And when we look at the hinterland activity, the intermodal transport, in the year 2020, the profile of the transport to Laem Chabang Port, mostly the container were transport by truck, is represent about 87%, followed by the coastal or the barge. And the rail is just only 5%. But it is interesting that the rail mode of transport is the cheapest mode. So we have the mutual target with the government that we try to increase the rail proportion from 5% to be 30%. And then with the connections of the railway at the back, we should be able to do it. And also it's, in terms of the layout, we also have the dedicated barge port at the back of the terminal as well. So it will more or less increase the number of the barge shipment to our terminal in the future. So we look at the future. When we look at the future, we foreseen that the logistic infrastructure will be sufficient for the increasing volume. And there will be absolutely more rail connection, more rail container transport to our ports. And the volume for import and export will be increasing. It is not just only the gateway cargo. When we are able to handle or operate the biggest vessel in the world, we will be able to be one of the alternative ports for the shipping line to be the transshipment port. And that will increase the volume through the port as well. And there will be more investment in the EEC because the infrastructure is there, the promotion from the government is there. And this zone will become the world-class economic zone. That's what we will see in the future. And that's all what I prepared for today. So if you'd like to have more discussion, please feel free to contact me. My email address is here, or you can visit our company website. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you indeed. And maybe there is a question here in the room. Otherwise, I'll ask a question. Before I'll give you the mic again, I'll ask a question. Yeah. You're Mr. Question Man, right? Okay, we hear future plans. We see the upbeat. We see the numbers going up. What are your, let's say, concerns? What are the challenges you see, let's say, in that future growth? What are things which keeps you up at night? Do you have any headaches or any other challenges? Can you think of something which, because we only hear great stories today. And yes, there is a lot great to tell. But I'm sure there are also in boardrooms and meetings, well, we have issues there, or we might foresee things there, or maybe in labor shortage or in other digital areas. Is there anything which you say, well, this is something we discuss and we talk about, and that might be, let's say, a challenge we have?
All right. That's a very interesting question. Thank you very much. Actually, the business of the port is very much rely on the volume that's coming through. And the only thing that I can think of right now that will make us headache is the unforecastable volume, which means that we have no idea on how long does it take for the COVID pandemic will be lasting. And it will impact more or less to the volume to the country. And then because of the COVID, its impact to the marine industry a lot, because at the ports, they are not able to run the operation as normal. So, for example, in each port, if they are able to manage or operate, let's say 1,000 containers per day with 10 people, for example, with the COVID, maybe the capacity will be reduced by half. But the schedule of the shipping line is going on. It doesn't reduce, it doesn't disappear. So what happened is that the shipping lines or the ship that's going out to deliver the cargo have to wait before they can get the service from the port. And with this low productivity, it's impact a lot because it will reduce the number of the volume that's shipping out. And also its impact also to the freight cost. If you are in the marine industry, you will know that the freight has been highly increased for the last 2 years. It's more than 5 or 10 times in some routing. So when the freight is very high, the exporter will not be able to send as much as they wish. So the volume will be impacted. And that's what we are worried. But up to this year, the volume has been picked up about 10% from last year, which is a good sign. And then we really hope that it will be continue this momentum. Thank you.
I wanted to add, actually, the challenge I foresee, but I'm not an expert at all. My background is more in tourism and aviation, and whenever we build airports in the world, and we saw that in Thailand, after a few years, capacity limits, we have those issues. I think what the challenge will be, and that's again not being an expert, that you will probably need to start progressing your expansion even faster. My feeling, and I see that when I talk to the people, there is a shift in the supply chain. There is much more happening here in Thailand and surrounding area. I'm talking now ASEAN. I see and I hear that certain markets do not rely too much on Chinese products anymore. They're looking for closer source markets. I think Thailand, EEC area, has lots to gain. So where you might predict that 5, 6, 7, 8% increase, it might be that it goes faster. We've seen that also. It can come back very quickly, and then you might need to sort of catch up, right? So I see it more in a positive way than that we don't. So it's good that you have the plans there and that everything is up and running. But I would predict maybe in 5 years when we stand here again, remember this chart? It actually went like that. Now, those are luxury problems to have, but it's good to be prepared for that. Because let's be honest, we feel that after this dreadful year last year, certain things just come back very quickly. Manufacturing colleagues in this area tell me, Hans, I have the best year ever. 2022, I'm full. I can't get capacity, right? So there are really, really opportunities for Thailand being one of the major exporter and of course also importer. And I think the harbor will benefit from that, but that's my opinion. Do you still have a question? Yeah, okay, I'll give you the microphone because then the audience can also hear you online.
Sorry again to have a question. You can beat me up tomorrow if you want. But it's about the connectivity to the single track railway. What is your vision on that? Because it will be depending a lot on the government investment in that sector, especially towards Eastern Seaboard and all over railway development, such as high-speed rail, etc. You said that your intention is to increase the connectivity, interconnectivity using the rail and barge, which is coastal transportation. What is your strategy towards this particular point?
Thank you for that question.
Thank you. This is a very strategic question. Actually, we know that right now the proportions of the rail transport is very limited because the productivity of the operations in Laem Chabang is not yet at the healthy level. But we discussed this with the Port Authority of Thailand, and they have the very solid plan to develop the SRTO, which is a single rail transfer operator. And they have two phases. The phase one will be getting the container, deliver the container at the phase one and phase two port. And for phase three, it will be SRTO phase two. So altogether, the capacity to handle the container in the future will be much better than the present. So what we have to do is to make sure that we have enough equipment to handle the cargo between the SRTO points and to our terminal. So we will work closely with the Port Authority of Thailand for the productivity so that we will be able to prepare the equipment to be ready in advance to make sure that every single container from the rail receiving spots to our port will be fully handled with the enough or sufficient equipment. And that is the first one about the SRTO, to increase the capacity, to increase the volume. For the barge, it is because the barge or the coastal terminal is located at the back of our terminal. So it is quite short in terms of the distance. But before we go through the very much detail, we have to discuss with the PAT on what is the standard operating procedure of the barge, so that we are able to adapt the process to be able to have the seamless transport between the barge and also the F terminal. And that will help us. And the capacity of the barge terminal, the new one, it is about 1 million TEU per year. So if we are able to manage the traffic between barge port or the coastal port with our port, that will help. That will help. So that's the initial strategy that we plan we are preparing to work together with the Port Authority of Thailand to increase the rail proportion and also the barge proportion. Thank you.
Thank you for that. In the meantime, we received also a question online. It's concerning the presentation. First of all, are we okay to share your presentation slides with the audience? That's okay? Okay, thank you for that. On the sheet, which is called Port Surroundings, there seems to be a connection between section F and EO. Section F and EO. So what is the connection between section F and EO? Could you please clarify what this section entails?
Okay. Thank you. Actually, the E0 here, this port is the Ro-Ro port. Ro-Ro is a roll-on, roll-off. It is not the container port. So the connection that you may understand, it can be something like this. It's easy access to main road. It is the road from Terminal F to the main road. It's not connected to the E0 in this case. So we at this stage, we did not plan yet to have the connection between F terminal and the Ro-Ro port at this stage.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a question here.
Not much need for microphone. Yes, I'm very curious, and I would like to hear your comments about these new plans for taking containers on railroad, on trains. Does it mean that a new freight line will be built from Laem Chabang to Bangkok and Ayutthaya and farther around the country? Or what are your ideas about that? And then the second comment I have is, how do you see the competition between Laem Chabang with Klang, Tanjung Pelepas, Singapore, etc.? All ports in the region seem to be expanding at the same time. Would there be enough containers for all of them at the same time?
Thank you for both questions.
Thank you very much. For the railway first, actually we will use the current railway that we have, the facility, but the improvement will be done at the Laem Chabang to getting the container quicker.
So you mean the current meter gauge line will
Yeah.
transform into a freight line?
No, the meter gauge line, we use that. We did not change that to the freight line. We use actually right now we use there is a standard gauge and also the meter gauge. The meter gauge is the railway that we are using in Thailand. We will not change to the standard gauge for sure.
So you will just take the containers from your terminal to the Laem Chabang, and then from there on it will continue by road.
Yes.
Is there a plan to develop freight lines?
I see.
from Thailand?
Okay. Yes. To answer your question, it is a plan from the Port Authority of Thailand right now to study about the dry ports. There will be totally 4 places of dry ports throughout Thailand. And then the first one is located in Chhatcheongsaw, which is very close to Chonburi. The second one and the third one will be on the northeast part of Thailand. And the fourth one is on the north part of Thailand. So it's scattered around to be the point to pick up the container, like a depot, and then connect it to the train, and from that point to the Laem Chabang port. Yeah. Yes. And that's to answer the first one. The second one, about the competition. Actually, we didn't position ourselves to compete with the Singapore port or Tanjung Palepas port, because the function is very different. Our function for the Laem Chabang port for today is the gateway port. Gateway port means the port that gets the container for Thailand and from Thailand. Comparing to the port in Singapore, they are the transshipment ports. They did not get the cargo to consume in Singapore, but mostly they just get the cargo, parking there, and get the new vessel and then transfer to the new vessel. So the function is very different. Last year, we have just only 1% of our volume to be the transshipment port, about 80,000 TEU, which is very low. And about 7.5 million in Laem Chabang Port, it is all the gateway container. So we did not compete with those countries. But again, when we are able to facilitate the operations of the biggest vessel in the world, we will become the option of the shipping line to consider. If it is too congested to go to Singapore, you can consider Thailand as a transshipment port because you can bring in the biggest vessel in the world to pick up the cargo and go to the long haul. So that's become one of the benefits. But we did not take it as the main strategy because we know exactly that we are not able to compete with the country like Singapore. So we stick with our position is the prime position for CLMV. So we'll be the gateway not just only Thailand, but also to Laos, to South China. Singapore will not be able to compete this one. And then we position ourselves as the alternative port. If they are so congested, why don't you go to here, to Thailand? And with the base cargo that we have, we will be able to uplifting the volume as we expected. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that elaborate answer. Is there any last final question in this audience, in this room? If not, I would like to say thank you again, Khun Pattarapon, and a round of applause for our speaker of today. Well, this session also concludes this afternoon's EEC Business Forum half day. I hope we didn't disappoint you with the information flow and sharing, let's say, organizations and their future and their ambition. And this is something what was on the agenda for this afternoon. We learned about digitization. We learned about all the activities and future activities of the harbors and the players, let's say, in that field. And that is, as you said, is a very difficult to predict environment, but we know there's probably only way, and that's the way up, right? So we are positive and see that. Tomorrow we'll continue addressing the EEC Business Forum issues, and we focus tomorrow on an overview by the EEC office, the leading organizations which is promoting this particular area of Thailand. So tomorrow at 10:30, I believe we have the first presenter, Dr. Laksamon. I'm sure you're all aware of her. She's representing the EEC office tomorrow at the Renaissance Pattaya Hotel. After that, another interesting presentation on Utapao and how the Eastern Airport City Development Plan looks like. Another ambitious plan and a strong dedication from every player in that particular field. Then later on, tomorrow afternoon, we'll hear from the public and private sector. We'll hear about what Pattaya has to offer and the Pattaya Move On plans, especially now we see that Thailand is opening up again. I think today there's an important meeting taking place. Tomorrow we probably hear all the details. And of course, Pattaya being a big player in that field, we'll hear firsthand from the mayor what Pattaya has to offer. Then we'll continue with a panel discussion tomorrow late afternoon, and then we'll hear the views of the private sector, the investors, potential investors, but also players who are already here. So from various sectors, we'll have an interesting panel discussion, and hopefully that will inspire you further. Now, a networking event at the end to conclude a lovely Friday is then also what is on the agenda for tomorrow. So please feel free to join us at the Renaissance Pattaya. Tomorrow we'll start 10:30. You're almost welcome. But like I mentioned, Saturday morning, we also have a nice, interesting program where we visit, not far from here, a local community tourism-based organization, Tienchai, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yes, my Thai colleagues are nodding. Thank you. Very interesting. I had the opportunity last month to already see what they have at offer. I won't disclose. Very interesting for 2 hours to join us there. Again, I started by thanking a few people, a few organizations, and I will repeat it again. We cannot do this kind of business forum, this kind of organizations, without the kind support from TSEP. Kun Niyom is still in this room. Kun Makap, Kun Niyom and TSEP, the organization, and our major sponsor, Signify. Thank you for you and joining us here and helping us this organizing this. But of course also to Depa, the host. So Depa, thank you also for opening up your shop, basically, your office, that we can have this kind of meetings here. I would like to say thank you to the online viewers. Thank you for joining, listening in. We will share all the presentation slides with the whole audience. I hope to also see you tomorrow online. And I wish you all a very good evening here in Thailand. And we'll catch up hopefully tomorrow morning. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for your attention and support for the EEC. Khap kun mak khap.